Let's pivot once again to the developing story from Maharashtra. Uddhav Thackeray has reached the St Regis Hotel in Mumbai, where the MLAs of the Shiv Sena who are still with Uddhav Thackeray are currently being lodged. These images coming in of these Sena MLAs reaching the St Regis Hotel after leaving Varsha, which is the Chief Minister's residence. Tehseen Poonawala joins us. Tehseen, it seems at this moment that the government in Maharashtra is in serious jeopardy. It almost seems as if there's a countdown for how many hours the Uddhav Thackeray government could survive from here.
Good evening, Rahul. Namaskar to you, to your viewers, and thank you for having me on the show. Let me just put two things across very specifically to your viewers. Number one, the current strength of the MBA, despite these rebels, is 143. And therefore, it is an open challenge to the Bharatiya Janata Party, an absolute open challenge. Come, get a no-confidence motion. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. The numbers will only be proved on the floor of the House. Come and show your strength if you have these MLAs. And you know, you'll remember that these exaggerated numbers are always put out by the BJP. Ultimately, that's not there. But there's a moralistic question that I want to ask. And a political party and a government that does not have money to pay pensions for armed forces or does not do recruitment for armed forces for the last 2.5 years for want of financial needs, the political party that's running the government has money to take MLAs in private aircrafts and keep them in five-star hotels, not just in Maharashtra but all across the country. Operation Lotus. Have you ever heard of any other political party poaching BJP MLAs or MPs in the recent past? Where does the BJP get this kind of funding from, apart and the political help from the extended department or the ED of the BJP and the governor's post? You know, your viewers need to understand that the dubious role played by the governor, he's not allowed the speaker's election to take place after Nana Patoli resigned. He's not allowed 12 MLAs to be elected after they be nominated by the chief minister and the union cabinet, by the state cabinet. I think that's atrocious, and this is unbelievable that the BJP gets away when Yadurappa on the floor of the House says, I'm offering 25 crores. In Karnataka, he said that. That's in the India Today records. So the BJP needs to be asked some very serious questions. But rest assured, MVA is not falling. And as far as Congress MLAs are concerned, there was a meeting just now. All MLAs except for about 4 or 5 are present, and they will all be made available. One is in Germany. All of them will be available. Kamal Nath's reaching tomorrow morning.
You know, you say that Kamal Nath's own MLAs left him in Madhya Pradesh. He's been sent here as the troubleshooter in the hope that he can keep the Congress MLAs together. The Congress at this moment isn't the problem in Maharashtra. The much bigger problem is that Uddhav Thackeray's number 2 man, Eknath Shinde, who was instrumental in dousing fires in the Sena in the past, is now part of this rebellion. Mustafa Sheikh joins us. He is at the St Regis Hotel in Maharashtra. In Mumbai, how many MLAs are still in the Uddhav Thackeray camp? Is there a way of determining how many people are still backing Uddhav as CM?
Well, not yet as of now, because what we are hearing from the sources is that Eknath Shinde seems to have the backing of more MLAs, and more MLAs of Shiv Sena are in Surat than in Mumbai. There are about 20 to 25 MLAs of Shiv Sena who have reached St Regis Hotel. Eknath Shinde camp has claimed that about 35 MLAs are with them, and that's the 2/3 majority which is required to avoid the anti-defection law. So it's a serious concern for the Shiv Sena as of now. What we are seeing at St Regis Hotel in Mumbai is that huge number of Shiv Senics are also present outside the hotel. It's like the show of muscle power which is being done by the Shiv Sena at this point of time, because they don't want to lose any more MLAs. What Uddhav Thackeray has told many of his MLAs is that there are few of the MLAs in Surat who want to come back, and soon they'll be brought back to Mumbai. But whether they really want to come back or not is something which will be clear. The picture will be cleared by tomorrow morning. Back to you.
Okay, so we will track this story closely. At this moment, 2 big developments. You've got Draupadi Murmu announces the NDA candidate for the next president. That's one. Secondly, massive suspense and drama in Maharashtra. The Sena MLAs at the St Regis, the rebel MLAs at the Lumbaridian in Surat. And at this moment, it looks as if there are more MLAs against Uddhav than there are on his side. A big effort on to try and win Eknath Shinde back. Would that happen? At this moment, it's looking he's determined to walk over to the other side.